Welcome to this lesson on understanding high performance. The business landscape is changing faster than ever before. It's more global, more competitive and more technologically advanced. Some organizations will thrive in this environment, while others will not. In this lesson, you will learn about the defining characteristics of high-performing organizations. The most successful organizations, so-called high-performance organizations, are those that create a culture and a blueprint for outperforming the competition for the long term. We begin this course by examining a range of models of high performance, including the Boston Consulting Group model, the McKinsey 7S model, and the Leadership for Results model. In this first lesson, we will examine the model of high performance developed by the HPO Group, and known simply as the High Performance Organization model. Andre de Waal of the HPO Center offers this more formal definition. A high-performance organization is an organization that achieves financial and non-financial results that are exceedingly better than those of its peer group over a period of time of 5 years or more, by focusing in a disciplined way on that which really matters to the organization. Simply put, high performance matters because the better the organization's performance, the better the bottom line. According to a 5-year study by the HPO Center in the Netherlands, companies that adopted a high-performance framework increased their revenues by 10%, profitability by 26% and total shareholder returns by 23%. They also reported higher levels of customer satisfaction, increased customer loyalty and fewer complaints. Consider also what happens to the people in a low-performance organization. Who is going to stick around in a team that argues, carries on blindly without clear objectives, fails to innovate and has many false starts? Who wants to work in an organization that does not help employees reach their full potential? Morale and the clarity of work decline when the company stops focusing on what really matters. Ultimately, the company will pay the price in lost productivity and steep turnover costs, as employees leave to find greener pastures. Here are some signs of a toxic workplace. Gossip roams freely. High employee turnover. Poor internal communication, low motivation, little or low growth, and constant conflict. Let's hope your organization is not displaying a combination of these. There are numerous qualities that organizations must have in order to be considered high performers. However, according to the HPO Center, these qualities consistently appear in 5 categories: quality of management, continuous improvement, openness and action orientation, long-term thinking, and finally, employee quality. In a high-performance organization, there is a designated leader or leaders who steer the ship and always keep an eye on what's ahead. These leaders help the organization achieve excellence by bringing out the best in people, helping them adapt to changing circumstances, and promoting good and harmonious teamwork. Making the best use of the company's most valuable resource, its people, is key to delivering sustainable success. In high-performing organizations, managers act with integrity and serve as role models for their reports. They are credible and consistent, and exhibit a strong set of ethical standards that gain the trust and respect of their teams. They are people-focused, and they are results-focused. High-performance managers make swift and effective decisions, instead of overanalyzing, and they encourage others to do the same. They give people continuous support, coaching and freedom to act in ways that are consistent with the organization's standards. Ultimately, they expect people to take risks, make the tough calls, and hold themselves accountable for their own decisions. High-performance organizations integrate standards for excellence into their operating structures, and introduce people to these standards from the moment they join the organization. These standards are more than just pretty words in a mission statement. Rather, they are a living document. People are encouraged to share their ideas and knowledge, in order to bring fresh ideas to the table, and ensure the organization is permanently focused on improvement. As tempting as it is to stick with the way we've always done things, there really is no way of avoiding change. High-performing organizations understand this, and create a culture that is poised to adapt to changing circumstances. They also train leaders to manage the change process effectively, in the best interests of the company and its people. High-performance organizations establish open, multidirectional lines of communication, so that messages flow freely around the organization, top to bottom, bottom to top, and laterally between peer groups. With solid communication channels in place, the organization can focus on action. This takes the form of continuously striving for excellence, innovating products and services, staying ahead of the market, and looking for ways to create new sources of competitive advantage. The company will also evolve its core competencies by sticking to what the organization does best and finding ways to do it better or more cost-effectively over time. High-performance organizations also have well-defined visions that convey the reason for the organization's existence. The vision is focused on long-term outcomes, which are much more important than short-term gains. Consider these visionary words from Confucius. Relationships are central to this vision. High-performance organizations work hard to understand what stakeholders want, what they stand for, and how the organization can add real value for them. People within these organizations are not only clear about the vision, but they also understand what they have to do to help the company deliver its version of success. They understand the connection between their individual job roles and the organization's vision, mission and values. A high-performing organization is like a team rowing in the same direction, where everyone is focused on the same goal. The fifth and final quality centers around the quality of the workforce. Companies that adopt high-performance habits work hard to assemble a diverse and balanced team where individual personalities do not dominate, and everyone works together in partnership to achieve the mission-critical aspects of the company's strategy. Training is the foundation of a high-performance organization. Every individual is trained and encouraged to be flexible and resilient. Leaders motivate employees to achieve their full potential and apply entrepreneurial thinking to their job role. The result is a highly creative workforce where everyone is proactive, solutions-focused and comfortable with taking risks. There is no one single formula that leads to corporate success, but there are several common characteristics found among many successful organizations. How to build a high-performance organization, a global study commissioned by CMC and conducted by the Institute for Corporate Productivity, reveals those critical building blocks. The organizations that share these traits are not guaranteed to be high performers, but they stand a far better chance of performing well than if they fail to adopt them. Generally speaking, high-performance organizations are superior to their low-performance counterparts in the following: their strategies are more consistent, are clearer, and are well thought out. They are more likely than other companies to say that their philosophies are consistent with their strategies. They are more likely to go above and beyond for their customers. They strive to be world-class in providing customer value, think hard about customers' future and long-term needs, and exceed customer expectations. And they are more likely to see customer information as the most important factor for developing new products and services. They are more likely to adhere to high ethical standards throughout the organization. Their leaders are relatively clear, fair, and talent-oriented. They are more likely to promote the best people for a job, make sure performance expectations are clear, and convince employees that their behaviors affect the success of the organization. They are superior in terms of clarifying performance measures, training people to do their jobs, and enabling employees to work well together. They also make customer needs a high priority. Their employees are more likely to think the organization is a good place to work. They also emphasize a readiness to meet new challenges and are committed to innovation. And finally, their employees use their skills, knowledge, and experience to create unique solutions for customers. The study also indicates that even high-performance organizations can improve in various areas. It found, for example, that high performers are much more likely than low performers to report that their organization-wide performance measures match their organization's strategies. This was, in fact, the single largest difference between the two groups. Even so, the data show that high performers, taken as a whole, could do considerably more to match their performance metrics with their strategies. The HPO framework consists of 5 factors of high performance, with each factor consisting of several underlying HPO characteristics, 35 in total. These are the 5 factors: quality of management, openness and action orientation, long-term orientation, continuous improvement and renewal, and finally, quality of employees. The HPO framework is coherent, well-researched and relatively easy to explain to key stakeholders, including senior leadership and frontline employees. You can learn more about the underpinning theory at the HPO website. In the lessons which follow, we will be examining several other models of high-performing organizations. If you would like to learn more about developing a high-performance organization, check out our course on leading and managing a high-performance organization.